what are some different ways to write a prompt? Well, I've asked this of Bard and of ChatGPT, and here's what they said. So there's different ways to write a prompt in Bard. You can ask a question. You can give a command. You can make a statement and ask Bard to elaborate on it. You can describe something and ask Bard to provide more information. You can make a request and ask Bard to fulfill it. So at the end of the last episode, I shared this summary about the different types of prompts. Prompts that begin with question words, verbs, and context. And if we look at Bard's response here, you can see that the first type of prompt is just a prompt that begins with a question word. What is the capital of France? What is the meaning of life? When, where, why, how, who, right? Now, command, that's the second type of way to begin a prompt that I identified. That's to start with a verb, write or create. And these last three are all different ways of providing context for the question or the command to prompt Bard or ChatGPT to provide output which is more specifically tailored to what you're looking for. And that's what it says. It is important to be specific as possible when giving a prompt. And so it's the context which allows Bard to get or ChatGPT to get a more specific understanding of what you're looking for. Another way of providing context is by using multiple prompts together. All right. Let's see what ChatGPT says. So, first category it gives is an instructional prompt. So these are prompts that begin with verbs. Describe. Right? Describe the process of baking a chocolate cake. Explain. Explain the concept of quantum mechanics in simple terms. So that's a verb prompt, a prompt that begins with a verb, which is my second category. All right, the second category gives our open-ended prompts. Start with a general question or statement. So here we have another verb-based prompt, and then we have one that begins with a question word, what? Right? And then an opinion-based prompt, a scenario-based prompt, dialogue-based prompt, problem-solving prompt. So the opinion-based prompt, this first one just begins with a question word. The second one is basically a statement rephrased as a question. Right? Now, 4, 5, and 6, all three of these prompts use context. So in the scenario-based prompt, you pose a simple scenario, and then you give a command or you ask a question. Dialogue-based prompt, again, you're providing some context. I'm feeling down today, and then you ask a question. And then a problem-solving prompt also relies on providing context. I'm trying to improve my productivity. Can you suggest some effective time management techniques? How can we reduce plastic waste? And then the context here is provided by in our daily lives, right? And so you can see it actually uses that magic word context and then specific wording. So the more specific you can be, the more context you can provide will improve the quality of the responses that you get. So just to hammer this home, prompts which begin with question words, who, what, where, when, why, and how, being the main 6. prompts which begin with verbs, describe or explain or analyze or discuss. And then prompts which begin with context, providing some kind of statement. Could be a single sentence, it could be a more elaborate description or scenario that's described. It could actually be the context of a series of prompts. But all that we've really learned in this introduction to prompt engineering in these first 4 videos really boils down to these 3 things.